What's up with y'all, man? It's Rob49, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Turn me up.
Yeah, let me know, 400,000 in a month. I think God made this shit happen because that 4 my lucky number. Yeah.
All right, y'all. So we got the one and only Mr. Vulture Island, Rob49 with us jumping off the porch today. Again.
What's that?
Damn, we low-key got a lot to catch up on because when you was here last time, I want you to tell the people where you was exactly in your career.
Nowhere, for real. Like, I had just made Vulture Island, and that's about it. Like, I just got on this shit probably like the next week. Yeah, for sure. I was nowhere.
Damn, I didn't know it was that early though.
Nah, it was. I was hot where I'm from and stuff like that, but not around the world. Now it's looking like, all right, he got potential. He can be one of the biggest, like, you see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So how long after the interview would you say people from all over started to pick you up?
I ain't gonna lie, probably like 2 weeks. Probably like 2 weeks after that.
You said 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, but that's not that long though. That's literally right after. So now that you're here in the current trending on TikTok with your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, going crazy, dropping projects, you dropped the project.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your journey and how everything's been since the last time you left us.
I'm about to say how everything been. That shit ain't never slowed down. Like, you think, keep in mind, I ain't dropped since Vulture Island, that Vulture Island tape. That was a year ago. I dropped 2 singles and they going viral everywhere on TikTok and shit, Houston girls and stuff like that. But after that, I ain't do nothing. So now it's like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm about to drop again, like probably the end of this month, the beginning of April. I'm thinking to myself, is this that moment again? Like, cause you ain't dropped since that. Like, and that shit hard, like they feeling you. You drop 18 songs, they might really mess with like 2, 3 of them, and they be one of them.
So with you just dropping your 2 singles, do you ever be in your head when it comes to dropping more music?
Nah, I'm in my head all day. I probably got 1,000 unreleased songs.
1,000?
It's like I make songs and I don't even look to drop them. I need to start doing it. I don't know, but I'm about to start dropping though.
Yes, you got to. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I went to Dallas, right? Went to the club. Your music is for the bad bitches. Like, all the bad bitches be shaking.
Now you know what's funny,
like,
Brody? Man, I gotta drop it because I be feeling like, if you don't drop this shit, because I be around a lot of people, and I play a lot of my unreleased shit on Instagram and shit. Man, I feel like niggas straight be stealing my soul, so you gotta start dropping that shit. Like,
you have to. So how do you feel in this present moment with all of the success that's been surrounding you?
I don't know, I feel like there's a lot more room to grow. Like, I don't really see the success because it's me for real.
Yeah.
So motherfucker tell me so much, I gotta believe it, but nah, I don't really see it for real. I think I just gotta keep going.
What sounds would you say you've been experimenting with lately?
Probably like them auto-tune love songs.
Oh, you in your romance rap bag?
Nah, for real.
Okay, yep, okay. So you understand. I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like, we've had a lot of the drill shit, a lot of the other stuff, but I really do, and I say this all the time, I feel like it's about that time for artists to get in that romance rap.
Nah, for real, you got to. If you trying to make some M's and some B's out this shit, you gotta go there.
Okay, so for a rapper who hasn't experienced romance in a long time, do you feel like it's possible to create like romance rap?
Most definitely, because even if you got a little shorty you fuck with, like she could be a hoe or anything, like you fuck with her though.
Okay, back to, we're now talking about how freaks, are a little bit more fun than the reserved type of girls. Yeah. So you was diving into that. So in your perspective, why would you say like they a little bit better than girls who kind of keep it chill and shit?
Just because like we young, man, like what you doing all this for? We not about to get married. They did it again?
No. Wait, what do you mean? What if some girls want to get married? Like that's their intention.
All right, then we not gonna be together. That's it. I like girls that just wake up and just live their life day by day.
Rob, that's kind of harsh.
That's real. Like
that is really harsh though. So okay, do you feel like it's because
I got a girlfriend, so let's just put that at that. Like,
okay, cool. All right, cool. But Listen to me.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, so we gonna exit that. But as a rapper, of course, being in the spotlight, when it comes to the type of girl that, you know, you would want to bring along in that journey with you, what does that look like?
Probably like a hustler. Like I like somebody with their own shit going on. Like it ain't even gotta be no shit like that's making you a lot of money or nothing. Like I just want you to have something that you really love. Like you love doing this and you really want to see yourself win. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. As long as you got ambition around me, you can stay around me. You ain't gotta have nothing.
I know that's right.
Not for real though.
Now, with your career, what would you say are like some ups and downs that you've really seen on your journey?
The ups is just like, I don't know. I be trying not to look at it that much. Like probably.
Rob, you're so humble. Like, what is this?
I'm about to say I be trying not to look at it that much because I know niggas fall off every day. Like, and I know you ain't gonna be hot forever in this rap shit. So if you keep thinking, oh yeah, up, you're gonna eventually fall off. Then when you fall off, you're gonna be like, man, you might lose your mind. Like that's like a basketball player who everybody say, oh, he going to the league, and then he lose his mind because he ain't go to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I ain't trying to be one of them niggas. So, but the downs probably like I need to start dropping my music.
From your observation in the game, what would you say are like some things that you feel an artist could easily like get lost in the sauce with?
Just like when a new nigga coming out and they getting another beat selection or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, and they'll try to go jump on that type. You lost in the sauce, you don't even know. You probably had the sauce, but you trying to jump on another nigga way. So that's probably it.
Do you think that artists should stick with their initial sound when they first start out instead of trying to switch it up and be kind of all over the place with it?
I don't know, cause it's like you don't need to be trying to go in the studio and make music. Like I don't do that. I go in the studio just how I feel. Like if I don't feel like making no music, I ain't making that. I don't care if nigga think I ain't working. Like, but I know it. If I'm on the mic, this is really how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't no real music making nigga.
Damn, I love the way you said that because even outside of the music, like from a creative standpoint, I think that that's something that gets overlooked because I feel like now in this generation, it's like you gotta constantly put out something, you gotta constantly keep up with like everything that's going on around you, but it's like if you're not creatively feeling it or you're not feeling it mentally, you can't get in the booth and do it.
I remember Baby said some shit like, Baby said when it came to his taxes, he said he wasn't really tripping because he didn't know about it, but he didn't go blow his money. He said that. That's how I feel about music. Like, if I ain't feeling, I ain't gonna get in the studio because I don't really need to make a hit because I ain't being no stupid nigga with my money and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Now with you being signed, is it a little differently from how you would kind of move independently when it comes to you trying to make music on your own time?
I'm about to say I don't know because I got signed like 3 months into me making music, so I don't really know how much how it is to be like that independent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know.
So you can have creative control basically.
Oh yeah, I got creative control. I made sure. Yeah.
Smart, very smart.
Like if I feel like this it, like this it. Like you can't tell me this ain't it and it don't go. If I feel like it is that.
Now the shows, how is that being for you in touring?
I ain't gonna lie. I remember when I started touring with Noto Wick, and I was going to the shows and shit, like, and like they wasn't lit in the crowd. Like some people knew that shit, like probably 30% knew that shit, but everybody else was still lit. But now it's like, man, I'm doing stadiums and they know it. That shit is crazy to me. Like it's really what I dreamed for, though. Like what I done prayed for and shit. So it's like I don't really be thinking about it too much because I know it was gonna come. Cause I asked God for it.
When you did used to pray, like before the beginning of all of this or even the start of all of this, what did your prayers look like?
Really, I always made sure I prayed for the rest of the world, for real, first too. I prayed for God. And I remember telling him like, if this shit go bad, if it go good, like I'm just lead my way, like I ain't tripping, like. So that's really it. Like I just let him lead my way. I was just like, and I you know what's funny? I remind myself that every night. I tell him that every night, lead my way. Like when I'm up and when I'm down, I pray.
Prayer is so important. Like, I be praying before my interviews all the time.
Nah, for sure.
Like,
Prayers are so important, bro.
You got to. I feel like we're just coming to this in a time where you really got to get in tune with God, you know, because there's so much going on around you. And even like you as an artist, like just a different type of protection. Like, you know, when you say your prayers, you feel good, like you feel all right.
Nah, most definitely.
So I did watch your $1 million worth of game interview, and one point that stuck out to me was the advance money situation, where you spoke on like with your advance money, like when you got it, like, you know, you barely had enough to show for yourself. So in your perspective, just break that down of what exactly happened.
It's like when you go into the studios every night, you buying everybody food, and like we going here, we going there, and like I'm just paying for all that shit, like for real, like. But then when you get low, it's like, you're like, damn, like, I can't even call a nigga, like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's because everybody's basically like dependent on you to.
Nah, for sure. Me and him was staying together for real. That's why we together all day, because he seen it. He used to be telling me like, man, you gotta turn yourself up, like stop trying to turn everybody else up. And like, I don't know, it's just like, when that shit went low, nigga wasn't really fucking with a nigga, so I'm like, all right. I made Vulture Island, turned that shit all the way back up, like, so that's why I really be smart with my money though, cause I down there hit zero. Like we moved out our house, I was staying with my mama for like 4 months.
I know in the interview you say you was staying with your mom during Vulture Island.
Yeah, I stayed with my mama. You know what's funny though, I used to be walking in, like, keep in mind, I was already the latest in that motherfucker, like, I'm walking in my mama's house, I'm like, damn. Like, no, you know when your money going low, you start thinking everything, nigga could touch you and everything. So I'm walking in my mama's house like, man, nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's back to that mentality, like, so nah, we ain't going like that.
So I would say now, what would you say are like some lessons that you learned with how to handle your money?
I've been trying to just push it up and never touch it. Like the money, I ain't gonna lie, like that bitch Lil Baby got a lot of little quotes. Like that nigga said, when that money go home, that money supposed to stay home. Like I've been trying to do that. Like if that shit go home, that shit can't come back out the house. That's the rule. If it come out the house, that mean like I absolutely needed this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I do want to ask you because, you know, we oftentimes see a lot of artists, like they'll have like a clique full of dudes and they like, oh, I need to make sure like they straight, like, but at a certain point, when would you say it's okay to kind of be selfish with yourself and be like, I gotta make sure I'm good and like my actual family is okay?
It's never gonna be a point in that. A motherfucker gotta show you. They gotta show you that they put themselves first for you to put yourself first. So a motherfucker done showed me that 100 times, like, in my head, like, man, maybe it's time for me to start putting myself first. Like, nobody don't care how I feel. Like, I ain't saying, like, I'ma just be just dogging it out, but it's like, I'd rather just not, like, and motherfucker gotta respect that.
Are you like a real selfless person?
I just be making sure everybody else straight, because I don't really care about the things people care about.
Right.
But they care about it, so I just be trying to make sure they're straight.
So when it came to you setting boundaries with like taking care of a lot of people around you, did you ever have a guilty conscience with that?
Yeah, because it's like, nobody will ever understand, like, they just see me, and they think only me and them got a relationship. So if they asking me for something, if I can't do it, they like, man, but you don't know, I got 100 shoes, like I fuck with everybody, just how I fuck with you, like, so you just can't take care of everybody, like, you know what I'm saying? They don't know your situation with other people, and they're like, they just don't understand that shit.
Right. Was it a little scary for you to hit success as fast as you did? Because I think people know, but not a lot of people know that you've been at this shit for only like 2 years.
Nah, it wasn't scary to me at all, because God showed me this. Like, God really showed me this. I was high as fuck one day. You remember that shit? I told you, I was high as a motherfucker one day. I told him though, God told me don't tell nobody.
You said God told you don't tell nobody?
Nah, for sure. God told me don't tell nobody. And I went to sleep that night, and I remember God came to me like, man, he asked me, cause one of my homies, his auntie paralyzed. And we used to be just banging out in her crib and shit. And I had a dream And God asked me, he like, you want these $1 million or you want her to stop being paralyzed? And I chose her to stop being paralyzed because it was just love. And I think I don't know, I think he just showed me, I think he just felt where I was coming from right there and just piped me up because right after that I piped up. But I remember it though. I remember that was a dream, like that shit crazy though. But it is what it is. I feel like people need to know that because God real. What, bro? Stop doing that, dog.
I'm looking at you like that because I be feeling alone, but like, you know, I be really dreaming stuff. Like my dreams be so vivid, it be crazy.
Dreams real though.
That's what I'm saying.
No, dreams real, I'm telling you.
Like people don't, like it's a different type of interpretation, like they be coming with the dreams. So for you alone to even follow that dream and not take it as like, you know, oh, this is a dream, like this, whatever, it's shocking me, I'm not gonna lie.
No, for sure.
So I just wanna dive into, right now, what would you say are like some sacrifices that you've been making with your career?
Some sacrifices I've been making, just like in the point we at, me and him, we was just talking about like going back to New Orleans. Like this is a sacrifice for me because I'm already the latest nigga. Like I ain't gotta do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I won't go back and just like pull people, like just certain people like from different hoods and shit. Like I know these dudes who never seen nothing in their life, like, but they don't even know this shit can really change their life. I just want to go back and really pull shit and just make people superstars out there.
Right.
And that's a sacrifice I'm making because I'm back in the jungle. Because I got to be in these streets, you know what I'm saying? So that's about it.
Is it easier said than done to like pull people from where they're at and like bring them up to like, I would say like the level that you're striving to be at?
It's easier said than done because the only reason I say that though, because you never know people's intentions. So a motherfucker need you, when they need you, they all good. But when somebody get up, it's like, you gonna stay like that. So it's easier said than done. And I gotta think about that because it's me doing it. Like you gonna keep it solid with me or you gonna get a bag and then we just gonna start having smoke or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
Now, as a rapper, how would you say you are handling when it comes to people switching up? Like, how is that sitting with you?
I mean, it's like, you know what's funny? I used to be sitting inside all day like, man, this shit blowing me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just talking to him. And he told me some shit like a couple months ago, like probably like last month, matter of fact. He like, man, you gotta stop trying to hold on to all the shit. Like, everything different, everybody different, like leave it alone. And I ain't lying, I've been moving like that. I've been moving like, man, niggas just different. We ain't the same niggas we used to be. So that's just it. I really don't care no more.
Right. And I know you are Pisces. Like, you guys are such
caring people.
Y'all
man,
are
listen,
so
bro.
Caring.
It hurt me to my heart that I gotta do it, but it's like, man, like, you gotta do what's best for you, like, cause everybody else doing what's best for them. Like, it's my turn.
Now, you were able to touch hands with some people. I know that you and Durk have a strong dynamic. So from the beginning, like, how were you guys even able to link up?
Durk just texted me out of the blue. He got my number from DJ Bands though, but he texted me out of the blue. I was like, what the hell? He like, yo, I'm like, who this is? He like, this Durk. In my head, I'm like, man, what, man? I'm really from the jungle, man. I really listen to you, bro.
Right.
Like, man, this ain't no Durk, man. But I just had to believe when he told me he got my number from Bands, so that's it. He just told me he wanted to make some music with me and shit. We locked in like right after that. Yeah, so.
And I did see recently, like, y'all posted pictures together in the studio. So what's going on with that?
Nah, that shit hard. I ain't gonna cap. He gonna be on my album I'm about to drop. I'm gonna be on his album. So. Yeah.
Now with this album, we got to get the scoop on that because you know Welcome to Vulture Island was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This shit like 10 times better than that. Like, this shit like 10 times better than that for sure. Just because like Welcome to Vulture Island, I was growing. Like I ain't really know who I was at the time. But this shit, like, I fuck with this shit hard. I ain't gonna cap.
Hold on, we gonna get into that, but real quick, you've been touching hands with Detroit too.
Yeah, I fuck with
So
this
let's
shit.
talk about like that Southern dynamic
Man,
with
you know what's
Detroit.
funny, brother? I don't even know how that happened like that. I fuck with Stacks out Detroit. like me and Stacks before anything was anything. Like me and Stacks just was locked in because we signed to the same label. We stay in the same house and shit. Then Ray was my first like big feature. Then Peezy, like I'm like damn. So now the Detroit connection just there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I don't even know how that shit happened for real.
Damn, I like the fact that you coming from New Orleans, like you touching hands with people. And when I say people, like you touching hands with people, cause I ain't gonna lie, I really, and you could correct me totally if I'm wrong.
Correct.
I've never really heard a like the New Orleans and Detroit dynamic like that for real.
I'm about to say I never heard it at all.
Exactly. So
I never heard nobody from New Orleans make no song with nobody from Detroit. I got Ice with Vezo, damn. I got Dej Loaf on my album too though.
This new one?
Yeah, Dej Loaf on there. She done popped out.
That's how you coming?
Yeah, she done popped out for me. Nah, it's on hard too.
Damn. Okay, so we gotta dive up into this. So with this new album, we gotta get the title first. You got the title picked out?
I'm gonna name it Full Guy 2.
Full Guy 2?
Yeah.
What's the inspiration behind that?
Man, just cause like my first, I dropped 3 tapes before like I got signed. And it was like, in the city it was like, all right, they know you rapping. That was the first tape. The second tape was like, all right, you might be able to good, this shit hard. Then the third tape was like, man, you solidified, you him. So I'm just trying to do the same thing with these next 3 tapes that I'm dropping, like for the world though, you know what I'm saying? Like, my song, my tape Full Guy, they knew I was rapping a little. And Welcome to Vulture Island, like, all right, you could be good. And this one, like, man, you him, like they ain't fucking with you, you really that.
Damn, you got Dej Loaf though.
Yeah,
that's finna be so.
Nah, I fuck with Dej Loaf.
That's finna be so crazy. So with this new project coming in, how long would you say you've been working on it?
Probably, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know, because I had some of these songs that I'm about to put on here before I even had Welcome to Vulture Island. Like, before I dropped Vulture Island, these could have went on there. So I don't know. Probably like a year. But it wasn't even like I was working on the tape. I was trying to drop like 3 months after. It was just like, I just kept delaying myself, you know what I'm saying?
Why was you doing that though?
I don't know, I just felt like the songs wasn't good enough and shit. But now I'm looking back on it, that shit was hard. I'm tripping, like I should've just dropped it.
Right. So with the projects that you are planning to release them, is this just gonna be like straight summer vibes?
Nah, it's gonna be summer vibes. It's him.
I told you your shit is for the bad bitches.
I got a song. That motherfucker so hard. It's called I Believe You. Man, they gonna fuck with this song. Especially
is it
like
upbeat? Like what's the
it's like,
on it?
You know what's funny? I made this song the night I did Vulture Island video. It's like damn near the same vibe. Like I don't know how it's like that, but that motherfucker sound like the same vibe. Like.
Ooh, how is it like getting used to rapping on Detroit type beats? Cause you know, like New Orleans, like it's a bounce to it, but Detroit
Like
a
bop too though.
Some real peace shit.
Not the beats he chose though. I ain't gonna lie. I think if New Orleans was to have a type of rap beat, it would be Detroit beat.
Yeah, I can see
because
that.
it's that bounce. It's one of them. Like we like that bounce shit.
Were you a little hesitant at first, like, let me see how I'm gonna come on the track?
About the Peezy?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't think I was gonna go hard as I went though.
Really?
Nah, I went nuts on there. I listened to it after, I'm like, God damn, I flashed out. I flashed out on there, I ain't gonna lie.
And then you just dropped Ball and Chill too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that one for you. What was the inspiration behind that?
Soulja Slim, for real. He got a song called Ball and Chill, so I used to be listening to it all day. I always wanted to incorporate into some shit I was doing. I was in the studio one day, I'm like, man, it's gonna sound hard right here. I just freestyled and said the whole song that he said, but I put it in my own words, and it just was like yeah, this him. That's it. I really, for Ball and Chill, I ain't really want that to be like no blew up song. I just wanted that to be for like the niggas in the street who really living what we talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that song ain't even going on my tape, like. It wasn't no single, and then I just told him I'm gonna drop this.
I saw it as a video, because I was looking through it and I was like, damn, I didn't see this, but I saw it as a visual and you snapped.
Yeah, most definitely.
So just going into your overall journey, if you could describe it in like 3 words, if you could put it in 3 words, what would you say?
My journey just, I don't know. Damn, 3 words, bro.
Do
Why
we
you
need
giving
like
me
5, 10?
that? We gotta just ask me. You just gotta keep going. 2 words.
Crazy is part of your journey.
All right, crazy, inspiring, probably like, I don't know the third one though.
What's been the inspiring part of your journey for you?
Just because like niggas from where we from, they don't really be getting a chance to do what we doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas that's really from that, like, they don't get a chance to do what we doing. That's why I'm trying to bring it back and make niggas really get a chance, you know what I'm saying? Like the voices that's not heard. Yeah, that's about it.
And I would say, like, with New Orleans and the music scene right now, what do you feel like is, I don't want to say stagnant, but what do you feel like is really making it to where, you know, like, damn, it's like I want to word it a certain way, but I don't want to make it controversial.
To where it's like, it's not elevating?
Yes, like to where it's like.
You know what's funny? That's why I'm doing that, because I used to be like, man, why them niggas who wasn't fucking with the young niggas, like, that's why we going back to that bitch, because I feel like now it's on me, like all that shit dead, like, now you the one, like, don't make that same mistake, like, we gotta go back, like, so that's really what it is.
Wow. Do you ever feel the pressure of like that though?
Nah, not at all, because I don't really care that much, like, if it do help you, I'm happy it helped you, but if it don't, at least I tried. That's about it.
Do you feel like you're finally finding your purpose with music?
I don't feel like I'm. I don't know about that, because it's like with music, finding purpose to me is like I found my purpose already when I started making music. The first song I made, cause I'm talking about shit. That shit was like a damn event session. That's my purpose for myself. I don't give a fuck. Like if you living how I'm living, then you gonna fuck with it. That's really the purpose for me.
Why you over here laughing?
You funny, bro.
I'm serious. But no, I think, you know, and even you going back to saying how, like, you want to bring people from your city up, like, when it comes to the music scene, I think that's a part of your purpose, too.
Nah, most definitely. I really do. Because we need that. Like, New Orleans just still surrounded by poverty. Like, somebody just asked me some stuff like, man, who you looked up to who was hustling in the city? I had to tell them, like, man, ain't no hustlers out here. They got straight killers. Ain't nobody trying to hustle. So that's because they ain't never had no money out there like that. And the motherfucker that did get money ain't never just, you know what I'm saying? Like show everybody love. Like, man, you one of them dudes that could do that. So do it.
Do you feel like, and I know this happened like so long ago, but do you feel like with Katrina, like that kind of held the city back?
Nah, it for sure did. It for sure did, because I know like Birdman would have never left, like, you know what I'm saying? The only reason he left because Katrina, like, so that's probably it. And Birdman, one of them niggas gonna get back to what need to give back to.
And I know you got the chance to meet him, so what was that talk like when y'all finally got to speak?
Nah, it's funny though. I just saw him the other day. He told me, like, man, you the one, like, don't stop this shit. Don't let a nigga bring you down. You the one, I'm telling you. But he been telling me that since he first met me. For sure. Real one.
And I gotta give you your flowers. I am so proud of you. Like, from the time that you was sitting on the porch until now, it's really crazy.
It's funny, last time I had a Nugget Tech on, huh? That's crazy. I had a Nugget Tech on last time.
You did, and you was so cool. Like, you was chilling, you was humble. Did you even think, like, shit was finna go crazy, like, right after you left us?
Nah, not at all. I ain't gonna lie. It's like in my head, I don't think it, but I know how niggas looking at me is going. Because that's how I looked at a nigga when I wasn't really having that shit. Like, man, he probably don't see it, but that nigga gonna be him.
Right. What was something that you say you weren't prepared for when it came to you pursuing music full time?
Probably like being in the studio every day, like, because it's an everyday thing. Like, you gotta really live in the studio. I wasn't prepared for that. Like, I thought I could just make songs when I want to. Like, no, you gotta make 30 songs. And one of them might be that. Then you gotta come back the next week and make 30 songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't prepared for that at all.
Wait, so what does your self-care look like?
My self-care?
Yeah, like when you're not making music, what do you do to get yourself prepared mentally?
I don't know, I like being with myself for real. Mm-hmm. I don't like really being around people because people be messing your vibe up. That's about it. I love being by myself, put my phone on, do not disturb, like ain't answering it, watching TV and shit. Like I ain't really no person that like being around people too much.
I feel that heavily. Like I feel like when you taking too many people's energy, like that shit be kind of sticking.
Motherfucker
like
come around you and
just
nag all day. Like man, we ain't trying to do that, man.
Now, some advice that you would give to artists when it comes to them just staying consistent throughout things that they have going on in their personal life, what would that be?
Some advice, probably like keep going. That's about it. Like, cause you never know. It's gonna be that one day where you don't feel like doing nothing, and it's gonna pop out. It's gonna pop out you. Like, so just keep going. That's about it.
Now, Rob, you know I need you to pop your shit before you hop up off the porch with this new tape that's finna drop. What can we all expect? We need to know the vibes, all of it.
I ain't lying, y'all gotta turn that motherfucker up, man. It's all real nigga vibes, loving vibes for the ladies. It is. Got the club vibes on that, man. Y'all gonna see it when y'all see it, man. Just turn me up when you see it.
Hey, but you gotta talk about your love for Houston, though, because you got Houston girls and
Man,
that shit was going
listen, I ain't lying, bro. Houston girl gotta go on that tape, bro. Houston girl got on that tape. That shit hard. I ain't lying. I love Houston. Houston was like the first city that really believed in me outside my city. Mm-hmm. Like shout out to Slim, shout out to Lyra. Like they and shout out to Eric 29, Eric over there. Like man, they was pushing it hard. Like I was from there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember that night. I remember where the whole Houston girl song come from. Like just him.
Bro, that shit's, you know the girls eating that up on TikTok. Like,
Most
all
definitely.
you see is Houston girls.
I said I should have named it Pretty Girls or some shit like that. But then that's corny, huh? Yeah, I should have named it Pretty Girl. Just
yeah,
because,
I ain't gonna lie,
man,
it is a little
Pretty Girls the best fucking, like, I'm a pet. It's like, Houston girls just like, boy, that boy know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of them ones.
That's one of them ones.
All right, so real quick, in the future, who would you say you would like to go on tour with? Why do I see you going on tour with Drake, like opening up for Drake?
That'll be hard.
I can see that though.
I don't know. You know what's funny, brother? The only person I ever wanted to go on tour was Future.
Future?
Yeah. It sucked that I had to cancel the tour. It's shit aggravating because that shit was a dream. Like,
You had to cancel it?
Nah, you know, that was around like
Oh,
Dream type shit.
yeah.
But yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. That's the only tour I really wanted to be on. But he brung me out in New Orleans and he brung me out in Boston, so.
No, that shit was crazy.
Man, what? That shit was viral. That shit was viral, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn, you going crazy, like.
Nah, that shit was hard. I ain't gonna count.
Now, before we completely wrap up, do you have any last words or shout outs?
I got some last words. Y'all go fuck with my dog, Law G Music. Black Migo supposed to be right here. Y'all go fuck with his music. Moschino right here. Supposed to be right here. Y'all go fuck with his music, man. Y'all fuck with my brothers' music, man. That shit about to turn up. That's it, though.
Yeah, let me know, 400,000 in a month. I think God made this shit happen cause that 4 my lucky number.
Yeah, let them know that ain't the engine.